In many communities, enforcing city ordinances and building codes falls into the hands of a smaller group of officials who are known as code enforcement officers. They're the group that makes sure communities stay safe and appealing for residents to live in.
Recently, our uniforms have been modified to create a more softer presence to our citizens. We used to look a little bit more like law enforcement officers, but this modification has created a wider open dialogue with our citizens and more approachability with them.
Shana Oberle leads a team of code enforcement officers in Pinellas County, Florida, the area that contains both St. Petersburg and Clearwater outside of Tampa. There, they work to respond to low-level code violations, which helps keep their communities safe and appealing. In economically impacted areas, though, such as Leelman in Pinellas County, code violations can take away income from people who are already struggling financially.
Some of the more common code violations are the cars with flat tires, abandoned vehicles, accumulation of trash and debris, as well as broken windows, dilapidated structures, and the like. And those fines can all range from $143 up to $218 and beyond. We have sometimes gone to $500 a day.
To avoid putting extra financial strain on these citizens, Pinellas County has decided to take a different approach. Instead of fining people who can't afford to pay, they've worked to connect them with services that can help them.
Rather than issue a citation, it makes more sense to collaborate with that citizen and partner with our nonprofit organizations.
Last year, Shana's team received a complaint about an abandoned vehicle that they had seen around the community in various locations. When they went to inspect it, there were signs that someone was living out of it.
So I ran the tag in Thomson Reuters Clear, and I got the vehicle owner information, and attached to that was a related phone number. So when I called that number, I was able to connect with the grandparents of the owner. And they told me that the owner is a single parent and doesn't live with them, and they don't have a permanent residence. They agreed that it's most probable that this relative does in fact live in the car with their children.
With a nonprofit community event called the Farm Share coming up, Shana returned to the car and left some information about the event and other resources. When the day of the Farm Share event came, Shana and her team were excited to see that the car was in the parking lot.
I pointed it out to the team and I said, look, there's the car. And so we kept an eye on it for a while just to see if someone was going to return to that vehicle. And we did see that. We saw a lady that had children in tow, of course, coming to the vehicle with 7 bags of groceries. And we had seen other people made themselves available to the medical and public assistance. And there was a mobile shower unit there. There were socks, blankets, and toiletry items that were provided.
Though they never made a connection with the woman in person, Shana and her team were still able to help, even if it was just in a small way. And that's the kind of interaction that makes Shana's work meaningful to her.
When I started out in code enforcement, I never dreamed I'd be doing it for as long as I have. I truly enjoy it. I sleep well at night knowing that I've helped out our community. I've been all over Pinellas County, and no two communities are the same. My team is certainly the future of code enforcement, and I'd like to think I'm laying a path for them to continue on being the face of who you'd want to meet when faced with adversity. I feel like I'd like to think I'm leaving a legacy, not just for my team and code enforcement, but also for our communities in Pinellas County.